Welcome to today's lesson in physics. Today we are continuing with that torque acting on a current carrying loop kept in a magnetic field. So in this case we have a rectangular loop kept in the magnetic field produced by the two pole pieces north and south, and the direction of magnetic field is from north to south, and m is the magnetic moment of the loop. Magnetic moment has a direction perpendicular to the plane of the loop outward. So here theta is the angle between the directions of magnetic moment and magnetic field. In this case, the force experienced by the sides AB and CD, as we discussed earlier in the previous case, the two forces will be equal in magnitude and opposite in direction, and their lines of action do not coincide. Hence, those two forces will be constituting a couple, which in turn produces a torque. And here the force on the sides BC and AD are not zeros. The forces are acting on the sides BC and AD, and the thing is this, the forces are equal in magnitude and they are acting in opposite direction along the same line. That means forces acting on BC and AD due to the magnetic field, they are collinear, and since they are equal in magnitude and opposite in direction, they cancel each other. So these two forces, their net force equal to 0, and they will not constitute any torque since the forces are collinear. You know the condition for two equal and opposite forces to constitute a couple. The condition is this: their lines of action should not coincide. So here in the case of forces acting on BC and AD, the lines of action, they coincide, and hence those two forces will not produce any torque. The forces acting on AB and CD will produce a torque. So that's what we have. Here the forces on AB and CD are IBB itself. So we are going to explain what is the expression for that torque. As usual, the torque is given by one of the forces into perpendicular distance between the lines of action of the two forces. Here the perpendicular distance between the lines of action is PQ. And what is PQ? That's what we need to find first. So here in the diagram, F1 and F2, they are the two forces, and the separation between the two lines of action is PQ. And we know the side PR in that triangle, the side PR is that side length A. Okay, because the loop is kept in that orientation, so that side or the line joining the midpoints of the two sides, that comes as A. So PQ from that triangle we need to find. So before that we have marked moment M, magnetic moment, to be perpendicular to PR, because PR here, it is the line joining the centers of the two sides AB and CD. So actually PR is the representation of the plane of the loop. So magnetic moment should be perpendicular to the plane of the loop. So that is how it is drawn, M being perpendicular to the loop. Okay, and B, the magnetic field is along PQ, we know. So that angle between M and B is theta, as we took earlier. Now, what will be that angle? RPQ. So it should be 90 minus theta, and from that right triangle PQR, we have cos 90 minus theta equal to PQ by PR. So PQ equal to PR cos 90 minus theta, and we get it to be A sin theta. That is, PQ is A sin theta, and substituting we have the expression for torque as IAB sin theta. And Ia, we know Ia is magnetic moment, so our expression becomes MB sin theta, and the vector expression we write as torque tau equal to M cross B. So this is the vector expression for torque. So here one more point is to be added, that is, if the coil, instead of loop, if you have a coil of N turns, the magnetic moment, it becomes N into Ia. So the expression for torque becomes NIAB sine theta. So that whole thing gets multiplied by n, where n is the total number of turns. Now, the special cases we discuss. First case is theta is 0. So, if B is perpendicular to the plane of the loop, if B is perpendicular to the plane of the loop, then in that case theta will be either 0 or theta will be 180. In that case torque is equal to 0. And if theta equal to 90 degree, that means if magnetic field is parallel to the plane of the loop, then theta will be 90 degree and torque 2 equal to mb. Okay, so this is the expression which we discussed earlier. In the beginning of the discussion, we discussed that equation. This is that particular case. We are getting mb. Now, stable and unstable equilibrium. We already mentioned when theta equal to 0 or when theta equal to 180 degree, the torque is 0. And we know in this case the net force acting on the loop is 0. So if net torque also is 0, we say that the loop is in equilibrium with the magnetic field. So those two equilibrium positions are given by theta equal to 0 and theta equal to 180 degree. One is called stable equilibrium and the other is called unstable equilibrium. Theta equal to 0, that orientation is called stable equilibrium, and theta equal to 180 degree is called unstable equilibrium. Coming to example 411, a 100-turn closely wound circular coil of radius 10 cm carries a current 3.2 ampere. What is the field at the center of the coil and what is the magnetic moment of the coil? Direct questions. The coil is placed in a vertical plane and is free to rotate about a horizontal axis which coincides with its diameter. A uniform magnetic field of 2 Tesla in the horizontal direction exists such that initially the axis of the coil is in direction with the field. So initially the axis of the coil is in direction with the field means the angle between moment and magnetic field, external magnetic field, is 0. Then the coil rotates through an angle 90 degree under the influence of magnetic field. What are the magnitudes of the torque on the coil in the initial and final position? So in the initial position theta equal to 0 and in final position theta equal to 90. And using the equation torque tau equal to mb sin theta, we have to find the torque. Now coming to question D, what is the angular speed acquired by the coil when it has rotated by 90 degree? So we are asked to find angular speed. Angular speed is the same as angular velocity. So that's what we need to find. So first two parts the answer is very easy. First one, B equal to mu 0 Ni by 2R. You are asked to find the magnetic field produced by the circular coil. So we'll get 2 into 10 raised to minus 3 Tesla. And second part, magnetic moment. The expression is NIA. And here area is pi r square since the loop is circular. So we have 10 ampere meter square. And this unit of magnetic moment, SI unit of magnetic moment is ampere meter square. Now coming to C, as I said, theta equal to 0 and theta equal to 90 degree. When theta equal to 0, torque is 0, and when theta equal to 90 degree, the torque we get as 20 Newton meter. Now for the D part, we need to do some steps. We are asked to find what omega when theta is equal to 90 degree, that's what. So we will start with the expression, that is, we know I alpha is equal to torque. The torque tau, or here it is written capital letter T. So actually we have used the letter 2. So torque tau equal to I alpha, where I is the moment of inertia and alpha is the angular acceleration. So we have to use that relation. What is it? I alpha equal to torque tau. And what is alpha here? Angular acceleration. Angular acceleration is the same as d omega by dt. So here we are using the equation I alpha. So we have torque tau equal to I alpha, and alpha is what? D omega by dt. So we have I into d omega by dt equal to mb sin theta. So substituting, we have d omega by dt is equal to, so what we will do is we will change here, right hand side is theta and left hand side you have dt. So the dt term we will change. So take that d omega by dt. So dividing and multiplying with the d theta. D omega by dt, we are dividing and multiplying with the d theta. So we have d omega by d theta into d theta by dt. We know d theta by dt is what? Omega. So we have d omega by d theta into omega. So substituting in that equation, we have I into d omega by, so actually it will come like this, I into d omega by d theta into omega is equal to, okay, that is equal to mb sin theta. That's what we will have. So the thing is this, we can take this d theta to right hand side. So our expression becomes I omega d omega equal to mb sin theta d theta. So that is the expression now. Now we need to integrate this equation from theta equal to 0 to theta equal to pi by 2. When theta equal to 0, omega is 0. And when theta equal to pi by 2, that's what we need to find. We call it as final angular velocity omega f. So when theta changes from 0 to pi by 2, omega changes from 0 to omega f. So the integration step is like this, that is I into integral 0 to omega f omega d omega equal to mb integral 0 to pi by 2 sin theta d theta. So we have integration. So here when we integrate the left hand side, our result will be omega square by 2 between the limit 0 and omega f, left hand side. Okay, omega square by 2 between the limit 0 and omega f. When we substitute the lower limit, that term will become 0. So we have the left hand side as I into omega f square by 2. Now coming to right hand side we have integral 0 to pi by 2 sin theta d theta. Integral sin theta d theta is minus cos theta. So the integration result is minus cos theta between the limit 0 and pi by 2. So taking that negative sign outside, we have this step and substituting the value. So when we take minus sign outside, we have cos theta between 0 and pi by 2. So when we apply the first upper limit, that is cos pi by 2 minus cos 0, cos pi by 2 is 0, then cos 0 is 1. So minus of 0 minus 1 you will get, which is 1. So here the right hand side becomes mb. Okay, now substituting, we have omega f is equal to, in this equation, using this equation. So what is our equation? I omega f square divided by 2 is equal to mb. So rearrange, what is omega f square? That is equal to, omega f square is equal to 2mb divided by I, 2mb by I. So omega f is equal to root of 2mb by I. That is what this equation. Now all the data are given. Here m is the magnetic moment, b is the external magnetic field, and I is the moment of inertia. So all the details are given. By substituting, we will get the answer to be 20 per second. Now coming to question from exercises 4-9. A square coil of the size 10 cm consists of 20 turns and carries a current 12 ampere. The coil is suspended vertically and normal to the plane and makes an angle 30 degree with the direction of a uniform horizontal magnetic field of magnitude 10 or 0.8 Tesla. What is the magnitude of torque experienced by the coil? This question is a direct question and you're asked to find the magnitude of torque. Magnitude of torque is given by N MIBA sine theta, that means MB sine theta, MS NIA. So substituting all the details given, we will get the answer to be 0.96 Newton meter. So necessary calculations we have. Area we have to calculate. Here only side length is given in centimeter, convert it into meter and calculate the area. That is an additional step. The rest is direct one. Now coming to next one, 411. In a chamber, a uniform magnetic field of 6.5 Gauss, 1 Gauss is 10 raised to minus 4 Tesla, is maintained. An electron is shot into the field with a speed of 4.8 into 10 raised to 6 meter per second, normal to the field. Explain why the path of the electron is a circle. Determine the radius of the circular orbit. Given that E is equal to 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb and ME is equal to 9.1 into 10 raised to minus 31 kilogram. So here this question belongs to the beginning portion. So in the chamber there is a magnetic field and electron is kept in that magnetic field normal to the field. So surely the electron, whenever the charged particle enters a magnetic field at right angles to it, it executes circular motion. So here the electron will execute circular motion. It is because of that perpendicular force. Now to find the radius, we have to use that concept, magnetic force or Lorentz force is equal to centripetal force, and we know already the equation, the radius is equal to mv by qb. Substituting for mass, the mass of the electron, its speed and its charge and magnetic field, will get the radius to be 4.2 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter or 4.2 centimeter. Now based on the same question, you have the next question, that is 412. In exercise 411, obtain the frequency of revolution of the electron in its circular orbit. Does the answer depend on the speed of the electron? Explain. See, the frequency of the electron, we have the expression qb by 2 pi m. Substituting, we will have 18 into 10 raised to 6 hertz, that is 18 megahertz. The question is, does the answer depend on the speed? Frequency is independent of the speed of the electron, because in the equation itself we have only Eb by 2 pi m, which shows its independence on the speed. Now coming to 413, a circular coil of 30 turns and radius 8 centimeter carrying a current 6 ampere is suspended vertically in a uniform horizontal magnetic field of magnitude 1 Tesla. The field lines make an angle 60 degree with the normal to the coil. Calculate the magnitude of the counter torque that must be applied to prevent the coil from turning. And would your answer change if the circular coil in A were replaced by a planar coil of some irregular shape that encloses the same area? So here the question, first part, it's to find the counter torque. See, the counter torque is the same as the deflecting torque. That is the important point. So counter torque is the same as the deflecting torque. So deflecting torque, we have NIBA sine theta. So substituting, all the details are given. Radius is given, so you have to find the area. So converting centimeter to meter, we have the substitution and we'll get the answer 3.1 Newton meter as the torque. And as the answer to the next question, even if you change the shape of the coil, the answer will not change because the loop can be of any shape. Okay, so it does not depend on the shape, it depends only on the area. So without changing the area, if the shape changes, there is no change in the answer. With that, we conclude today's session. Thank you.